Hi, I've got this in my neck, and I don't know, I'm making this video to maybe deal with it. I don't know, it feels weird, and it goes, here's my clavicle, and it goes down underneath, and then down close to my heart, and while they were doing it, I could feel them jamming the tube like down in, and I started getting an anxiety attack while they were doing it, and it was bizarre, because they have like a little curtain over so that you can't see, but you can feel it, and they said it wouldn't hurt, and the only part that would hurt was the shots, like the anesthetic, and they said they would hurt like a little bee sting, but I felt the bee stings, but I also felt the tubes, but I wasn't supposed to, and it was just weird. And so they put it down in, and then they were like, oops, well, this is the wrong size. So then I felt them like pull it out, and it was just such a weird feeling, because I felt them like they had to, since I'm younger, my skin is thicker and like more strong, I guess, than what they're used to, so they had to like push down and like and then when it was the wrong one, they had to like pull it back out, and it hurt my bones the way they were pushing down, and since they were already brittle from the shots that I was given, it was just like a big mess. And so then they had to take the tube out and put in a smaller one, because my vein was too small for the tube, but I got it working. And then after that, like, it's just so weird, because I was like this on an operating table, and they're doing all this, and then I get up, and they're like sitting up. It just hurts so bad, because it feels like it's just connected to all your insides. And so, oh, my hair looks nice. Ooh. But anyway, it's just weird. And they had me roll off onto a bed, and then they took me back into the other room, and I don't know, it's just been a weird day, and I was just having such an anxiety attack while they were doing it, because like I could feel it inside. And then I looked at the x-ray, and you could see well, I guess not x-ray, it was an ultrasound that they did up here, and you could see the tube and how far down it went, and they showed me like where my heart was, and it was really close, and I was like, okay. But it was cool to see. I'm glad I saw it. Oh, I feel like I have no neck. I look like short and tubby. But, oh, when I first got it, I couldn't even talk. It hurt so bad. But I'm like used to the way it feels now, except for when I move. But it's like inside, and it just, oh, it's weird. But there goes my mouse. It's too far away. But, so then they took me into another room when I was ready, and they took the blood, and like, so what they did was they hooked up 3 different tubes, or 4, there's 4 I think, and so one tube was to take my blood through a machine, and one tube was like a tube for saline to keep it like moisturized in there, and then another one was for taking the blood out of the machine and back into me, because when the blood goes into the machine, they have to separate the bone marrow T cells from my blood, and then they can take the T cells and do what they need, and then take my blood back. So it's like a really cool thing. It just is weird. And since my body's not used to that kind of change, I went into like a shock almost, because my body was like, you're bleeding to death, and it's not out of your vagina. This is a problem. And I was like, and then so like I started turning all white, and I was just like, I'm gonna die. And so then they got me a barf bag, and I was like, and they were like, okay, try coughing, see where that gets you. And I was like, oh, because I can't like even talk with it. And so I was just like, I'm gonna die. If I throw up, I'm gonna die. And they're gonna have to do it again. They're gonna do the wrong tube again. And so I was just freaking out. My anxiety started acting up again. And so it just was getting like Oh man, have I said crazy? I feel bad now. I don't like using that word. Oh. Okay, well, anyway. It was just weird, and then, what did they have me do? They had me do this, pretend I was pooping, to get the blood back in my head, because your body is fooled when doing that. Your body, like, thinks you're bleeding to death, so it's like, I need to go into shock. I need to protect myself. But it doesn't register that your blood is still going back into you. It just, like, registers that your blood is leaving. So it was, like, I don't know, it was weird. But then I had to pretend I was pooping. Like this. And then like release. And then my face started getting color again. They were like, alright, good pooping, you're good. I was like, yeah, I'm the best pooper in the world. And then they gave me some medicine for my anxiety. And I was like, at first it was just, like, not working. I was just like, then we put it over a tongue and it tasted gross, and I was like, ugh. Okay. And then after that, they gave me some medicine for the pain, because, like, first my bones were hurting just because those shots. They don't hurt as bad anymore because this is now taking over the thought part of my head that's like, oh, guess what? This hurts. You should pay attention to this. And now it's like, so the medicine they gave me for the pain, I was just kind of like, and I kept, like, my eyes just kept doing this weird thing where they, like, one would focus and the other one would just completely black out, and then I just, like, weird thing, and I still keep doing it, but not as bad as before. That was just an example. That wasn't me actually doing it, but it was weird. And so I kept doing that, and then I just kind of like, you know what, I think I'm going to go to sleep. And then I was like, wait, I need to pee. So then they unhooked me, and I went and peed, and then I came back, and then they hooked me back up again, and then, oh, that was before I got sick, and then I got sick, and then I was like, okay, well, I'm going to sleep because this is horrible. So then I fell asleep, and then when I woke up, like, the dude who was on the bed to the left of me, who was also doing it, he was gone, and I was like, oh, how was I out? And then I just kind of like, oh, and then I just, like, passed out. And then when I woke up again, the chick who was in front of me was gone, and I turned around and I was like, how long was I asleep? And she's like, oh, we've got about half an hour left. And I was like, I've been sleeping for 4 hours with this thing in my neck. But it was, I'm glad that I slept through it, because that would have been boring. I brought my, like, Xbox to play in case, but, like, I don't think playing Psychonauts or anything like that would have been a good idea. Well, I'm like, son of a bitch. But, I don't know. Then I came home, and I was doing good, and then my anxiety got weird again, and then I got more pain meds, and then I started hallucinating. That was weird. I've never dealt with that before. It was like, I kept, like, at one point, I just remember, like, so vividly, I thought I had white paint in my mouth, and it was just in there, and I could taste it, and then it started dribbling out, and I got so worried, and I was like, my eyes were closed, and I was just doing this, and then I started going like this, and I just, like, looked, and I was like, there's nothing. Like, it was just, oh, so weird. And my cousin was, like, sitting right here, and we were watching Frozen, because neither of us have seen it, and she really wanted to, and I was like, eh. But, like, I kept hearing little things, and then my mind would just go off on it, and I'd be like, Ray. That's been my day. I just needed a vent. It wasn't even that bad, and I feel like I'm inside this flesh, and I can't do anything. Like, I tried to type, like, when I'm, like, on Facebook or something, and all these people are like, oh, you're so brave, and I'm like, thank you, and it comes out like, I just can't control my body, and it stinks. My hair's greasy. I cried about that too, because I needed to take a shower, and my skin gets really bad if I don't take a shower, and so does my hair. As you can see, it's really gross already. And, like, I was so, like, that I just started to cry, and I felt bad because I don't like crying in front of people. and it was just poopy. That was it. I might post this and I might not, and if I do, like, you can comment and stuff. I don't care, like, or like it, I don't know. Just, this is mostly me venting to try to talk to myself, like, so I can watch it back or something and be like, okay, yeah, you got this, like, you're fine. I gotta get the mouse.